From the area known as Patriot Place, EA Sports set for football at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the New York Jets. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there, first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Jamie Collins, formerly of the Browns, in on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First down, New York.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
First down, Jets.
Go set. 53, check 53. Hey, lady. 53 for Mike.
Darnold for the red zone now. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Dalvin away and bring up 2nd down.
This is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Chris Herndon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Julian Edelman that time. And now it's 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
52's the money. Check 52's the money. Hey, watch the slant.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Throwing now is Brady. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy to the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 12-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Brady. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams, an 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
I know every time we watch Le'Veon Bell play, we think about him making people miss the hesitation move. But you remember, he came out of Michigan State as a bruiser and a thumper, and he still has those capabilities.
At 225 pounds, an underrated part of his game. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along as they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 38, Darnold. And that's incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Patriots take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Brady. And Watson has it right side. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for New England. 44 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Brady going to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Quinnen Williams. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Edelman, the intended receiver that time, and that takes us from second to third down.
Wait, 20. I'm coming.
Shotgun now for Brady. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Darnold now to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Darnold from the gun. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's studying and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Pro Bowler C.J. Mosley, the Ravens' leading tackler last year, up to make the stop. Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete. Brian Poole that time there to get a hand on it.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The New York set to take the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
A gain of 14. First down, New York.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's put that team on the puck. Check. 53 mark. Check. 50.
A final shot before the break. Darnold. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Chandler Catanzaro for the Jets field goal. A 64-yard attempt.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
So Brady and the Pats take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. He's got his rookie tight end, that's Irv Smith Jr. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. That time a slant, Brady in general on those quick hitters, he just releases the ball so fast.
He does, and he's so accurate, but most of the time he wins before the ball's even snapped by his first.
Now White lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throw over the middle, secured by Gordon. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards. So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 23. First down, here's White. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slot.
And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now it's Darnold. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. 22 yards there, a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays. He finds good matchups and gets into the offensive backfield.
And there it works for a tackle for loss.
53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Watch the screen. 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 Let's go. Let's go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold, a screen to Bell. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Check back. Check back. Hey.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Jaron Reed able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. You decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Brady and the Patriots now, 1st and 10 at their own 27.
It's just me and you. Hey, let me go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, Julian Edelman. It's complete.
Let's go.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? They go play action here on 1st down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Brady on target to Edelman. Gets through. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Brady now to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Herb Smith Jr., his second touchdown on the season. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. Gostkowski the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Get in the right room. Get in the right room. Lady.
To throw is Darnold. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, And receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Now a first down carry by Bell. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down now, it's Bell. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Kyle Van Noy, the Pats' leading tackler in their Super Bowl run, in on the stop. The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Caught here by Bell. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Under 10, 10.
On first down, Darnold. Buying time to his left. He'll let this go for the... That's going to be caught by Crowder. It's a Jets touchdown. Jamison Crowder, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets have taken the lead. Catanzaro now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Jets 14, Patriots 7.
Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Tom Brady needing a fourth-quarter comeback here. He's actually only done it 8 times in the last 5 years, but if you break that down further, the Pats in those years rarely losing in the fourth quarter like they are now. On first down, Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Brady. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch is called for. He will take it in to give his guys some excellent field position here.
At the 42-yard line.
Fake to Bell. Nunez got it, complete. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't it?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
He's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Here's Darnold. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet and make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover and boom, hit him with a big one.
The defense is planned for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of the game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
That throw by Brady, incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Regular. Let's go. Five. Hey, 66.
They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. Smith catches left side. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Dontrell Inman, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now. 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Crowder's got it over the middle. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That gets them the 1st down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
And the Jets 1st down.
Mike, we're going to sign 53. Mike. Hey. Shit. Watch the lady.
Now Darnold. On the crossing route, complete. It's Anderson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First down, Jets.
Mike 51.
Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
51 to Mike. You got to get the ball. So you get the ball right here. Let's go.
On 2nd down. It's Bell, and he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Let's go, let's go.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Bell. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The tackle was made by Michael Bennett.
We can't be totally sure that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball on the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Bell. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So now it all comes down to Chandler Catanzaro, and a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So now it all comes down to Chandler Catanzaro with 3 seconds to go. This for the win. And his kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Jets, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Patriots,